Nicolas Cage, the guy we all know from those awesome movies like Face Off and Ghost Rider. He made a ton of money, more than most of us could even dream of, which is $130 million. But here's the thing, even with all that cash, Nicolas ran into big money problems. He owed $6 million in taxes and had to spend every penny he had previously earned, going through a dark period in his life. It's kind of hard to believe, right? With so much money, how can someone still have money troubles? But here's the shocking thing. Nicolas Cage's story is something a lot of Americans face, even people who make good money. Did you know that over 60% of people in America live from one paycheck to the next? This even includes people who earn more than $100,000 a year. It's like the more money they make, the more they end up spending. Why does this happen? Well, there's something called lifestyle inflation. It means when we earn more, we start spending more on stuff we think we need, but maybe we don't. And then, when something unexpected comes up, like a car breaking down or a trip to the hospital, a lot of people have to use their credit cards. That can make things even harder because of the extra money they have to pay back with interest. But it doesn't have to be this way. We can learn how to keep more of the money we make and not worry about bills all the time. Imagine not being scared every time you check your bank account. That's what we're going to talk about. How to stop living paycheck to paycheck and enjoy life more. In this video, we are going to learn how to manage our money better, and we'll talk about 6 effective ways to stop living paycheck to paycheck and escape the rat race. So, are you ready to take control and make your money work for you? Then make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you won't miss out on the valuable insights we share in our future videos. Alright, now, let's start from the first step to breaking free from living paycheck to paycheck and saying goodbye to the rat race. Figure out your why. The first step is knowing why you want to make a change. Think about it. What's the one thing about your job that bugs you the most? Is it the fact that no matter how hard you work, it feels like you're not getting anywhere? Maybe you're sick of someone else calling the shots, or you're just done with the whole office drama scene. Whatever it is, it's got to really get under your skin. We're talking about the kind of frustration that makes you want to scream. That's your fuel. It might sound a bit out there, but sometimes, being really fed up is the push you need to make a change. That anger, that feeling of, I've had enough, can be the thing that gets you moving. So, grab onto that feeling. Let it be the thing that drives you to plan your way out of the rat race. It's not about just being mad, though. It's about using that energy to do something about it. Make a plan, set some goals, and start working towards a life where you're in control. That's step 1. And once you've got your why all figured out, it's like setting your compass in the direction you want to go. Next, let's get into the next big step, cutting back on buying stuff you don't really need. If you're trying to get out of the rat race, one of the biggest things holding you back could be the stuff you're buying. It's easy to get caught up in wanting the latest phone, fancy clothes, or even just picking up things on a whim because they're on sale. But every time you swipe that credit card for something you don't actually need, you're making it harder for yourself to break free. So here's a thought. What if you just stopped? Imagine cutting up your credit card, or at least putting it away where it's not so easy to use. Next time you're about to buy something, ask yourself, do I really need this? If it's not something essential like food or medicine, maybe give it a pass. And, speaking of groceries, there might be things you can skip or swap out too. Like, do you need bottled water if you've got tap water at home? Reducing your expenses isn't just about saving a few bucks here and there. It's about changing how you live, so you can save a lot more money in the long run. When you start living within your means, you're not just saving money, you're giving yourself a chance to reinvest that money and watch it grow. That's how you start building real wealth and moving toward financial freedom. Alright, let's move on to another game changer on how to stop living paycheck to paycheck and kick that rat race to the curb. Pay yourself first. Now, this might sound a bit backwards from what you're used to. Usually, when you get your paycheck, you probably go down the list. Rent, phone bill, internet, maybe a car payment. And then, if there's anything left, you might tuck a little away in savings, right? But by the time you've paid off all those bills, there's hardly anything left to save. That's the trap most people fall into. But we're going to flip that script. Here's what you do. Right off the bat, when you get paid, set aside a chunk for yourself first. Let's say $100, just as an example. This money goes straight into savings or into an investment account. somewhere it can start working for you. Only after you've paid yourself, then you tackle the bills with what's left. Now you might be thinking, what if there's not enough left for all my bills? That's where the magic happens. This strategy forces you to get creative and resourceful. If money's tight, it's a wake-up call to look for ways to bring in a bit more cash. Maybe that means picking up a side hustle, like freelancing, selling stuff online, or any gig that puts your skills to use. It's all about making sure you're not just working to pay bills, but also securing your future. The next step to break free from living paycheck to paycheck: start gathering assets. Now, what's an asset? It's something you own that puts money in your pocket. For example, maybe you find an online store that's already making money every month, and you decide to buy it. Or when the price is right, you might invest in some stocks. Another idea is buying a condo or house and having a tenant pay the mortgage for you. The cool part is, these assets work behind the scenes to grow your income without you having to clock in and out. The goal is to have these assets bring in enough cash so you're not just relying on your paycheck. Plus, they can turn into a big chunk of change later on. Imagine your online store does really well, and you sell it for way more than you paid. Or that property you bought goes up in value, and you sell it for a sweet profit. That's how you start making money work for you, instead of the other way around. So, grabbing assets is a powerful move to escape the rat race. It's about building up your financial team with investments that earn you money month after month. And one day, the money from your assets could even replace your paycheck. Alright, another key move to make sure you're not just surviving paycheck to paycheck is getting good at sales and marketing. Sales and marketing are like the secret sauce for almost anything you want to succeed in. Let's say you're super talented at something, like painting. You could have a house full of amazing artwork, the kind that makes people stop and stare. But if nobody knows about your art, it's like those paintings don't even exist outside your home. Here's where learning how to sell and market your work changes the game. It's about finding the right people who'd love your art and telling them why they need it in their life. And this isn't just for art, of course. Whatever you're good at, combining that skill with a bit of sales and marketing savvy can open doors you didn't even know were there. For example, if you're that artist, once you get the hang of showcasing your work, you could start selling pieces, landing commissions, or even getting gallery showings. This isn't about becoming a salesperson in the traditional sense. It's about learning how to share your passion in a way that gets others excited too. So, mastering sales and marketing is a huge step toward escaping the rat race. It's about making sure your talents don't just stay hidden gems. By learning how to promote what you do, you're not just waiting for someone to notice. You're actively creating opportunities for yourself. And this could be the path that not only gets your work out there, but also significantly boosts your income. Finally, another super important step is picking up a side hustle. This is all about finding ways to make some extra cash on the side, so you can start piling up money for those big moves, like buying assets. There are a bunch of ways to go about this. First up, you can trade your time for money. This is pretty straightforward. You do a job, you get paid. This could mean freelancing and stuff you're good at, like graphic design, writing, or even coding. Or maybe you're all about that influencer life on social media. The thing is, while this approach can fill up your bank account, remember, there are only so many hours in the day. It's solid for earning cash, but it keeps you in the loop of working for money. Then there's the dreamy option, passive income. This is where you set things up once, and they keep making money without you having to do much more. Think of starting a dropshipping business, writing a blog, teaching online courses, or creating an app. These gigs might take some effort to get going, but once they're up and running, they can bring in cash while you're doing other things, or even sleeping. Lastly, let's not forget about investing in stocks. If you pick the right ones, you could earn some sweet extra income without much day-to-day work. This could be a way to start gathering that cash you need to buy bigger assets down the line. The main goal here is to get enough dough coming in so you can start investing in things that'll make your money grow even more. And that wraps up our chat for today. We really hope you found something valuable in this video. If you've got any thoughts or experiences you'd like to share, we'd love to hear from you down in the comments. And if you're new around here and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe, then smack that bell icon so you won't miss out on any of our future video. Thanks for watching, and catch you in the next video.